Alrighty, this is going to be part 6 of Tales of Hearts R. I climbed over most of the mountain. Nothing really happened, other than Kunzite apparently is still alive. And him, Hisui, and Lithia fell down the river. So, we're gonna go get them. Hisui says, that got rid of old swords for arms. Of course, now we're in a tight spot. Why did you endanger Lithia? Explain your actions. Hey, you told me to get her out of here, and that's what I did. She told me she was a good swimmer. I just took her at her word. If you have a problem with it, take it up with her. Lithia says, I'm rather pleased at the measures that Hisui took. Hisui says, that meat grinder calling you a plaything, remember? And you're the one who treats Lithia like some kind of a doll. Maybe if you tried working together with her like a friend, instead of always guarding her, you might be better off. Kunzite says, I can't understand human emotion. I'm a low-end machine with a synthetic spiria. As such, I feel I would be more capable if I could rid myself of it entirely and return to being a mere object. Perhaps, then, I would no longer fear Chlorseroth's superior abilities and be able to better protect my master. Kunzite, are you saying that you feel fear? If that word describes what I feel, it is something I did not possess 170 years ago. However, when I face Chlorseroth now, I detect a clear drop in my performance. Such behavior closely resembles the definition of fear. Hisui says so, we can overcome it. I mean, the kid did, and if he can do it, you can too. Kunzite says, error. Such behavior is beyond the parameters of my programming. Lithia says, Kunzite, come back under the tree. It'll provide at least some shelter against the rain. Kunzite says, I'm a machine. I don't feel the rain or the wind. Apparently, Lithia's gonna sing us a song. Hisui says, shut your cookie trap and get us off this damn rock already. We won't be crossing these rapids anytime soon. Chalcedony will have to fly over and grab you one by one. I suppose there's no other alternative. Chlorseroth says, oh, I can think of one. I'll not only free you from this rock, but from pain, fear, and every other bit of your miserable life. Inez says, you monster. There's no need for name-calling, though if anyone's a monster here, it's the woman who destroyed a planet. Kunzite has served this worthless criminal for far too long. It's time for justice to be served. Her final screams will signal his release from bondage, and what sweet music they will make. Everyone, please. My master's life is at stake. Lend me strength to save her. Anyways, it's boss fight time. Kunzite says, I won. I defeated an ace model in combat. Hisui says, what did I tell ya? Beryl says, take some nerve thinking you could beat us. Looks like someone's all hark and no flight. Whatever that means. Beryl says, mostly hark? Get away from him, says Chastidoni. Why, Kunzite? Why won't you let me kill her? Beryl, no. Lithia, apparently, that happened fast. I think they just kinda... Beryl got knocked over and... Well, goodness. The robot was trying to attack Beryl and Kohaku intervened. Yeesh, my brain stopped working for a sec there. Anyways, Kunzite knocked Chlorsurif into the river. Kor says, Kohaku, no, stay with us. Beryl says it's my fault. I shouldn't have been screwing around. Hisui said the wound's very deep. We're gonna need more than simple first aid. If anyone has an idea, I'm open to suggestions. There's a town called Blanche Villa just over there, and it's small, but it's got plenty of medicine. Have you been there before? I was born there. Anyway, we better hurry. Come on, guys, let's go. Man, this game just really will not let me have a full party. It's kind of annoying. Like, let me use the characters I want to use. Quit removing people and adding them back every 5 minutes. Frustrated earlier. I submitted a speedrun that I did, and it got rejected because the speedrun rules are that I don't have a timer in my video, and I was like, this is weird, because that's rarely a rule that anybody follows on speedrun.com. So I was just like, okay, something is not right here. Like, when games get played a shitload, like, Elden Ring, for instance, and there's new records happening like every other day. Like, it makes sense for games like that because you have multiple moderators, and you usually have what's called an auto splitter, which means that I guess Ina's dead. Jeez, gotta heal everybody. But yeah, an auto splitter removes the load, so you get like real-time results. So games like that, it's fine. It makes sense to do that. But for a game that has like 2 or 3 runs on it, I've never seen that be a rule. So I was just kind of like, what the hell? So I went into the mod rules because I mod 2 other games, and I'm like, I swear I've seen this rule before. And lo and behold, that's not a thing. They also, like, the thing that really, like, had me want to investigate the person was they basically said, oh, I have it set up so people can pause their run in the middle of a run. And I was like, what? That's not a thing. I don't know. But, so then I, like, look at this person's profile, and they've never speedrun any game, ever. And I'm like, who the fuck made this person a super mod when they've never played any speedrun ever? Like, that's bizarre to me. Like, the only thing they've ever done is a speedrun for a demo. And, like, usually, most of the speedrun leaderboards will remove a demo once the game is live. So, I mean, that effectively would mean this person has no experience doing a speedrun. Typically, too, you build a community around the game, and usually for, like, speedrun guides and things like that, people will open up a Discord. And this person hasn't done that. So, I was just like, what on earth happened here? Because they have no experience speedrunning, they have no experience moderating games, and they're a moderator? I was just like, what the hell? It seemed really odd to me. So, I feel bad, but I reported the person because they don't know what the hell they're doing, obviously. So hopefully they get removed from that game. Jesus. Just totally ridiculous in my opinion. Like, can you imagine, like, if they hired a referee for, like, football that has never played football and has no knowledge of the game? Like, good God, man. Just bizarre to me. So bizarre. But oftentimes what happens is the first person to submit a run for a game to speedrun.com for them to open the category, that's usually the person who mods the game. So this person did a speedrun of the demo and got mod status. Like, I'm just blown away by that. With literally, like, no speedruns on their speedrun.com profile. Anyways, Hisui says, that's a pretty slick wall painting. Is that Shoalhaven? Beryl says, the rock faces here are made of canvas crag. If you scrape them smooth, you've got quality painting material for days. And just a mountain over, you can find top-notch pigments for paint. Cora says, it looks like this is a painter's paradise. I would live here if I were one. Beryl says, you'd think, huh? But there's no point painting when your only audience is a bunch of mountain yokels. Someone says, Beryl, is that you? It is you. Thank heavens you're safe. Grandma, I can't breathe. Wow. So that's Beryl's grandmother, apparently. The resemblance is uncanny. Kunzite says, Kohaku's condition is deteriorating. Heliodor says, is your friend sick? Let's take her inside and see if we can help. Beryl says, don't worry. Grandma used to be a nurse. My house is just over there. Beryl says, bah. Or is running away from an electric sheep thing? I don't know what the... Hisui says, you keep sheep in the house? Not sheep, a black cloud sheep. She's my pet, and her name is Beryl. Oh god. Heliodor says, you with the green hair, don't be shy. Come in before you catch a cold. Lithia says, I appreciate the hospitality, but associating with me will only bring you misfortune. Heliodor says, nonsense. Beryl's friends are my friends, and my home is their home. And you, armor boy, get in here. You can pretend to be a knight indoors as well as out. Pretend? Heliodor says, I've never have guessed that Beryl would bring so many of her friends to visit. It's been ages since we had any guests, and especially ones this handsome. So which one of these fine men is going to be my grandson-in-law? None of them. That's not why we're here. Kohaku has one foot in the grave, so how about treating her instead of embarrassing me? Thanks for your help, Grandma. Where should we put Kohaku anyway? Maybe in here? No, not there, says Beryl. That's a spare room. It's basically a giant closet. Put her in the second floor. That should do it. All that's left is for her to get rested up, and that fever will go right down. Thanks, Beryl. If you hadn't let us here, who knows what could have happened. I promised I wouldn't return until I became a court painter, but desperate times call for desperate matter. Anyways, Kohaku says, I'm sorry I made you come back before you were ready, Beryl. I'm the one who should apologize. You'd never have been hurt if I wasn't being stupid. I put you in danger and you're apologizing? You're really nice, Kohaku. I'm a huge jerkface compared to you. That's not true, says Kohaku. I heard you aided my granddaughter. Thanks a lot. You can call me Heliodor. Get some rest now, everybody. We may not have much here, but at least we know how to cook. Inez says, Heliodor's right. We should punch out for the night. Even heroes need rest. Cor says, man, am I stuffed. I haven't had a home-cooked meal in forever. Pyrox says, even in Straga, a man would have to search high and low to find cuisine of this caliber. Lithia says, the pie was especially tasty. Who would have thought to put peaches in custard like that? Inez says, you should open a restaurant in the city, Heliodor. You'd have folks lined up around the block. Heck yeah, we don't have a single pie shop in all of Straga. Speaking of pies, I noticed you girls polished off 3 of them all by yourselves. Are you gonna be alright? Beryl missed one heck of a fest. Where'd she run off to, anyway? Beryl? Oh, she's probably at the top of the mountain. She likes to look at the clouds when she's feeling bad. I suppose I should go get her. Easy there. Are you okay? Ill? No, it's just my eyes. They don't work as well as they used to. Then we insist you leave the dishes to us. We'll look after Kohaku as well. Kunzite says, you need not concern yourself with washing dishes, master. Such a menial task is beneath you. Lithia says, no, Kunzite, I want to. After 2,000 years, I kinda miss doing chores. Cora says, thanks, Lithia. We'll go get Beryl then. Why can't this girl just stay put? Looks like there is some new equipment and recipes. Yeah, and there's 2 people in my party that are missing now again. Ugh. Have you ever seen the ocean? Is it true that it's as vast as the sky? Would you look at this wall? I know it's only a painting, but I feel like I'm under the sea. Yeah, but we're up in the mountains. Why do you figure there's paintings of oceans everywhere? You young'uns aren't too bright if you think mountain folk would waste their time painting mountains. I take it this is yours? Yes, my name's Aragon, and I'm the finest painter anywhere. Most people from here don't ever leave. They end up croaking without laying eyes on the ocean. That's why I whipped up this masterpiece, so bumpkins like us could enjoy a taste of the outside world's beauty. But looking at you makes me want to paint beauty of another kind. Any chance you'd model for me? Inez says, that's tempting. Hey, if you're from Blanche Villa, then you must know Beryl. Where's she at? Beryl, don't tell me that she's back in town. I knew she'd never be a court painter. Kid's probably bawling her eyes out on top of the mountain as we speak. I hate to say I told her so, but who am I kidding? I'm dying to tell her. Oh, wow. Cora says, that guy reminds me of my grandpa. Just leaving $9,000 in a chest. In a high traffic area and nobody ever thought to open it. It's kind of hilarious. Beryl says, thanks for coming to cheer me up. To the sheep thing. Yikes, get away. I don't want shock therapy. Well, if it isn't Beryl, look at you. I turn away for a second and you went and grown up. Not that it helped much. You're still as plain as warm milk. Master? I see, you came here to make fun of me. Well, go ahead, laugh away. I'm not any closer to my dream than the day that I left. Aragon says, indeed, I was hoping you had grown to resemble that pretty friend of yours. Quite the disappointment. Why is this grandfather a pedophile? Beryl says, I take it you met Inez, then. She's pretty great. Strong, smart, and beautiful. Then there's Kohaku. She's kind and courageous, and everybody seems to love her. Actually, all my friends are the bee's knees. Heck, one of them's even a crystal knight. And then there's old Beryl, plain as a door, and all the painting skills of an armless hippo. When I look at them, I can feel my spiria turning dark and ugly. That's no way for a future court painter to talk. Other folks don't mean anything. They're them and you're you. I suppose I matured in one way. I learned there's a ton of people out there who can paint like me. Court painter? What an idiot I've been. Aragon says, stop moping already. How does it make your master look if his best student has no confidence? Beryl says, yeah, some master, a third-rate talent, cooped up in a mountain town that isn't even on a map. Aragon says, I may be third-rate, but you're the granddaughter of first-rate court painter Benston Benito. Beryl says, Grampy, now he was a legend. A legend who left Granny alone to pursue his art, and the only thing I inherited was his spiria. But why are my paintings... Oh, that's why my paintings aren't going to be like his, she says. Aragon says, then perhaps your spiria isn't so similar after all. You should listen to yours and let it guide your brush, as it will. I'm sorry I called you third-rate, Master. That was mean. You didn't say anything that wasn't true. After all, I'm the one letting this beautiful scenery go to waste. Someday, though, I swear I'll paint a gem that does this place justice. It'll be the greatest painting ever done. The world's best artwork for the world's finest mountain scenery. Not a bad dream. Well, you'd better skedaddle on home now, or Heliodor will come up here and tan your hide. And I don't want her climbing all this way with her eyesight failing. Beryl says, Grammy's eyes are going? I had no idea. Aragon says, maybe they got better by seeing her granddaughter's face. Old age must be getting to me, too. I forgot to say something important. Welcome home. Beryl says, thanks, Master. Oh, I put goofy outfits on all of them, because I hacked all the DLC into the emulator. Coonzite says, what of our objective? We must escort Beryl home. Cor says, I didn't feel right disturbing them. Ina says, it's nice when Beryl comes from a town where everyone's rooting for her. I wonder if bringing her along on our journey is the best thing for her. Hisui says, I hear ya. It ain't like she's got a dog in the fight, you know. Going up against a monster like Creed with no reason is kinda cruel. Plus, there's family waiting for her back at home. Those are not small stakes. Additionally, if her spirit is not at optimum capacity, it could adversely affect us in battle. Beryl says, yeah, I get it. Beryl's gonna hold the rest of you guys back. Cora says, Beryl, were you listening that whole time? Now we're even on the eavesdropping, she says. Chastodony says, I had no idea you were the granddaughter of the masterful painter Benston Benito. Guy must have been some brush fiend. Benito was touted by Emperor Zirconia as the finest of all the court painters. His masterpiece, The Bejeweled Princess, is a national treasure. It's said Asperia dwells within the woman's depiction. Though, I'd always heard Benito was a lonely man bereft of family. That's 'cause he left us. Even my parents dying in an accident wasn't enough to get him to come home. I'll show everybody his paintings were scribbles, and I'll become better than he was. I don't care about being a great somatic or saving the world. I just want to be better than that heartless hack. And that means I gotta become a court painter, no matter what. Sorry for dragging you along with us the whole time, Beryl. Stay with us or stay here. The choice is yours, okay? Yeah, I get it. If I was Kohaku, you'd beg me to come, but I'm not, so you won't. This whole thing might as well end here, and it's about damn time. That coulda went better. How? She decided, didn't she? That's good enough for me. Gaul says, you're really dense sometimes, you know that? Aragon says, it wasn't Benston's fault, you know. He tried to come back when Beryl's parents died. But the Emperor confined him to his quarters until he finished the painting. Still, the poor guy had made enough bad decisions of his own, and there's no covering up for that. I think I was wrong about Beryl. She's grown up far more than I could have imagined. She's no longer a little girl. She has a scrappy spiria that's mature enough to fret over her real problems. Are we just leaving without her? Best to give her some space right now. Okie dokie. But I like the character designs for the most part. Cor is mostly a good protagonist. I like him just because he's like high energy and bubbly. It's just nice to see that. Dark and brooding is kind of overdone for me. I mean for a protagonist in a video game, not for people that are persons whose conversations I enjoy. Oh man, my brain is like taking some dips today. Whew. How do I get out of here? I think it said we have to go back to Beryl's grandma's house. Cor says, are you sure that you should be up, Kohaku? There's no reasoning with that one. I tried everything, but she just won't listen to reason. If there was time to rest, I would, but there isn't, right, Lithia? Zerums are being used to siphon energy into Mysticete as we speak. Energy to fuel a special warping art. If the art is executed, Mysticete will travel within reach of the Gardania, and any hope of stopping Creed will be gone. Cora says, "Are you really okay?" "Well, we can't afford to stay here just because of me." "Sorry, Beryl, I wish we had more time. I know you haven't been home in a minute." "Wait, where is she? I thought you went to get her." Inez says, "I think she's gonna stay here." Kohaku says, "Why?" "It's her choice, Kohaku. There's not much that we could do about it," says Core. "A tad hard to believe, all told. Are you sure her mind's made up?" "It's for the best, Heliodor." Perhaps Beryl couldn't bear the thought of leaving her grandmother again. "Yeah, she seems pretty slap-happy most of the time, but she's a lot more clever than she lets on." "Mind passing on a message, Heliodor? Tell Beryl to stick with her dream, and we'll make sure she has a court to paint in. Now that we're all done crying, it's time to head to Drawning, the stomping ground of Kohaku, and yours truly. So let's blow this berg, huh? Hanging out's only gonna make it weird for everybody." Drawning is west of here. Shame Beryl didn't come to see you off, but she's been a little skittish as of late. Don't worry about it. Goodbyes can be a rough gig. I will always remember your excellent peach pie, Heliodor. You can have more anytime you visit. Beryl and I will be glad to see you. Kunzite says, "I recorded your secret recipe so that I can help you next time." Heliodor says, "I'll take you up on the offer. I'll need to make 10 pies the way these ladies eat." Oh my. Hey, it's a Zerum. Oh no, Heliodor. All other townspeople are confirmed to exhibit identical symptoms. None are responsive. Is it despair? Alright, Crystal Knight, set up a perimeter around town. I want recon on those Zerums. Kunzite and I will cover the western section, while Hisui and Gaul go east. I want a survey of any signs of possession in my hands by the hour. Kohaku, Lithia, stay here and look after Heliodor. What about me? You're gonna track down Beryl. We need her for this one. I'm on it. How convenient. Beryl says, "Master, come on, somebody, answer me. First Core and now everyone else. I'm gonna be alone forever." Core says, "You're not alone, Beryl. I'm right here." "You are? I mean, yeah, whatevs. Not like I care. I was just giving myself a little pep talk so I'd feel more optimistic. It definitely wasn't moping." Core says, "Beryl, the town's in trouble. Everyone has come down with despair." "Oh no, my grandma too?" "Yeah, we're trying to track down the Zerums, but we're gonna need your help. You mind coming with us?" "I gotta protect everyone." Cora says, "Let's start by Spiria linking with Aragon and Beryl to see what we can learn." "I tried, but they didn't have any Zerums." "Well, then they're not the problem. Let's meet up with the others and try and figure this out." Oh my. So I guess they're doing some more nefarious stuff up in space. Hisui says the entire place is clean. Even the sheep are clean. No use snapping our frets here. Let's move on. Do we just leave the village like this? Seems kind of odd. The beasts have concealed themselves well. There's no trace of their presence. What could be causing this? Commander, we'll take over from here while you go with Core, and we'll let you know if we figure it out. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Now that I found Beryl, we should meet up with the others. Which I thought were over here, but I guess they have gone elsewhere. Kohaku is looking inside Heliodor's Spiria Nexus. Don't worry, we'll look after her. Please see what's happening. Okay, so am I supposed to, like, Spiria Link? This must be one of those good old RPG tropes of go talk to everybody. Kunzite says there are no Zerums detected. Ina says I checked everyone in the western half of the village and didn't find any. Guess we'll have to keep looking. Okie dokie. Who else am I missing? Just Kohaku, so... Lithia says Kohaku is looking inside Heliodor's Spiria Nexus. Nothing. Her Spiria is free of Zerums. Say something. Grandma, please. Gaul says, do we know any other place the critters might be shacking up? You know the village better than we do. Beryl, it's up to you. Kunzite says we searched the entirety of the town and no Zerums were found. We must be missing something. Did anyone check the animals? Hisui says, yep. Kor says, then we're checking the wrong Spirias. Those Zerums have to be here. Chastodoni says, then what Spiria should we be examining? We already searched every animal and human in the vicinity. Beryl says, Kor's right. There's something here with a large Spiria that isn't human or animal. I can't wait to hear this, says Hisui. It is theoretically possible for a Spiria to form within anything. We have to check out that room, the one in Grammy's home. It's a secret painting studio. I'll explain it later, let's just go over there. Okay. Oof. I have not been getting good sleep lately. So apologies if I'm a little zonked today. Kohaku says it's breathtaking. This is the view of the mountaintop. Did Aragon paint this? No, it was Benston Benito's last work. Though he abandoned our family, he had the nerve to come back and paint this when I was a baby. He painted without saying a word and then died. Who's the woman in the painting? Grandma says it's me as an adult, but who knows? So this is the final work of the departed legend whose works are said to take on Spirias of their own. Lithia says, impossible. Not even Manarans could make a painting with a Spiria strong enough to form a nexus. Look, it's not like I want to acknowledge it either, but that's why I never go in here. I can't deny it anymore, though. There's something going on with this painting. I can feel it. Oh my. Well, she went and Spiria linked with it. Let's follow her. Just leave her in the painting and just move on with the game. That'd be hilarious. Kunzite says, Spiria link complete. Not in my wildest dreams did I think I'd ever go inside of a painting. Look out! There's Zerums. There's our culprit. Let's go after it. The Spirias are basically just like the concept of a soul. Death. Despair. I think they kind of changed up the music in here, which is kind of interesting. Oh yay, a warp maze. Uh-oh, I sense more warp maze. Well, that's annoying. Oh boy. The faster I get out of this hellhole, the better. Oh boy. Ugh. Whoever designed that should be punched in the throat hole. That was just like super annoying. Oh no. Whatever, it's fine. Oh my god. Just shoot me. What is this mess? Am I supposed to do something with these, like, weird flower things? Maybe not. Ugh, I hate those monsters that just like knock you on your ass. Oh. This is Speria Nexus. You go into these, like, kind of like dungeons of the soul to, like, help people with monsters that get in their soul. It's kind of weird, but it's interesting. Oh boy. So the aesthetics of this place get overused a little bit because they all look the same. But I mean, it was a Vita game, so you know, that's just how it be sometimes. There we go. Alrighty. Let's get out of here. Chastodony says, though I doubted the possibility at first, the painting indeed has a Spiria. What kind of feelings do you think Benston gave to it? The strength of this Spiria is apparent to even a mechanoid such as myself. Beryl says, all I see is the ice-cold Spiria of a man who didn't give a damn about his family. You're wrong, Beryl. It was the Emperor who forbade Benston from coming home. Ha, yeah, right. I'm not gullible enough to believe that. Huh? What's wrong? Get back, everyone. A Zerum is on the way. Look, this is the Zerum that's been scattering despair across the town. Well, we have to kill it then. Really keeping them up in the air. That guy's dead. Or girl, or whatever it was. Kohaku says, I think the Zerums are getting stronger. That one was tough. Yeah, but now it's history, so despair should be gone. What the heck? It's getting back up. Watch out. Kor says, Beryl, Kohaku. Take that. Kablamo. Beryl, you saved me. Good thing Beryl was on her toes, or I'd be down one sister. I only did it because of the voice. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Didn't you hear it? Nope. The only recent vocalizations have been in the present. Then the voice. Oh, it's you. Why, Grandpa? Tell me why. Are you so cruel? Beryl? What happened? I'm not sure, but maybe Benston's passion lives on in his final work, and maybe that's what protected us in the end. Oh, wow. Thanks, Mr. Benito. Kor is so silly. Beryl says, Grampy! You spoke to your grandfather in that painting, didn't you? He wanted to thank you. How do you know that? By looking at the painting, it's overflowing with love for the artist's birthplace and his family. Grammy, Beryl, you're back to normal. The whole village is. It's all thanks to you guys. Beryl is the one who deserves thanks. Her rapid processing allowed us to efficiently locate the Zerum. Yeah, and I guess I'll be here to protect the town from now on, forever. Is that really what you want, Beryl? No, not really. I'm sorry about this, Grandma, but I need to go with my friends. Then go. They clearly need you. I'm a tough old lady, I'll be fine. Thanks. You guys are cool with that, right? Even if all I can do is paint? Kohaku says, we're not a team without you. We need you. What was that? We're not a team without you. We need you. Kohaku! You have no idea how long I've been waiting for someone to say that. And not just because I'm the granddaughter of some famous painter. Well, that's how we always felt. Thanks, Kohaku. You're the best. Right then, off you go. Are you gonna be okay, Grammy? I told you not to worry about me. I said the same thing to your grandpa long ago, and I never regretted it once. Grammy's dream has always been that you and Grandpa fulfill your dreams. And right now, your dream is to go off with your friends. I hope I'm as tough as you someday. And you will be. You're my granddaughter after all. Now get out of there and kick some tail. Man, are you kidding me? That girl takes her time. Goodbyes don't come around that often. Let her eyes leak a little. I'm starting to think all this crying is going to change her mind about leaving. No, she's coming with us. I can feel it. I can't bear this waiting around anymore. I propose that I scout ahead as an advance unit. I propose I'll smack you with my brush if you even think about it. Seriously, can you not wait just a few minutes? I wasn't suggesting abandoning you, I just wanted to check out the terrain ahead. Fine then, leave, see if I care. You guys have some ice-cold hearts, I'll tell you that much. Hey, what are you doing to the commander? Sir Callus Phony. Oh yeah, that won't come off for a while, trust me. I know. If you had any plans with the ladies, I suggest putting them on hold. And try being nicer to Beryl, too. Phony. As I told you before, I do not fancy such proximity. We'll always be together, Beryl. We sure will. Whoa, is that a somatic bond? Yay, it finally happened to me. Geez, another one? When do I get one of them doodads? Beryl says jackasses don't get somatic bonds. I'll jackass ya. A Soma strength is directly linked to the emotions of the wielder. Isn't that right, Flora? Okay, now that everyone's here, I think we should be going. We gotta get off this rock, head past the northern snowfields, and then we'll be in my hometown. Fancy. I guess Beryl left. She jumps at her own shadow, but she's proud and stubborn, just like Benston. Like grandfather, like granddaughter, I suppose. She'll be fine. Strength is the power to confront the weakness in your Spiria, and she's got it. Like grandmother, like granddaughter, I guess. There now, don't crinkle up your pretty face while crying. I can't help it, the tears just come when I look at this painting she completed for her grandpa. Well, I'll be. Is that Benston? And Beryl's right there, too. Beryl really shaped up into a fine painter. Like master, like pupil. Everyone's together, whether alive or dead or far away, no matter what. Our Spirias are one. Well, looks like this is the town. Beryl says, talk about Weirdsville, it's like the Zerum's up and vanished. Kunzite says that his navigation system is impaired. Kor says, what's wrong? It's that barrier that Willstone is powering. Fascinating, the barrier is what allowed Master Lithia to evade in Kurose's will tracking for so long. And it also appears to make the village immune to the Zerum threat. Harnessing that power should allow us to cross the vast distance required to make a Spirulink with Mysticite. That's all well and good, but I'm more interested in how we get through the sucker. With a special incantation known only to us. Iola. Well, that's that. Let's go. Drunning, the hidden village. I think I forgot to equip all my armor earlier. Kor says, so Kohaku and Hisui are from this place. Hi there, I'm Kor Meteor. Friendly folks, aren't they? Ugh, about time you came back, Kohaku. What's with the heavy accents? Peridot says, guys, I think the locals are taking a liking to me. You get the wrong place, Kian. I'm over here, eh? Thank the whale. Thought you'd been having too much gel pudding. I could barely fit my arms around this mammoth bosom. What was that, mister? Beryl says, guys, did you notice something weird about how she just talked? She's got an accent and it's crazy thick. Ugh. Would you look at that bony lace? Locks of emerald hair, like the legend foretold. It's Lithia for sure. Cease this gabbing at once, says some other person in the background. Hey, Auntie, we're back. It's not enough that you left without my consent. You brought our foes to our very door. I would have words with you regarding these questionable deeds, Kohaku. You too, Hisui. But she's been gone for ages. Don't be so mad. I'll be thanking you to shut your mouth. We're not here with the church, ma'am. We've come to put an end to Creed, which is why we need. Reducing our village to ash would be but a trifling act with your numbers, Crystal Knight. We know we are protectors of Lithia's true teachings and will stain our blades in your blood without hesitation. Are you slow or something? None of us care about the church at the moment. You invaded our village with weapons and words. Such barefaced effrontery is typical of the church, as well as outsiders. What would you ask us to gain your trust? Simply tell us, and we will comply. Creed's ultimatum of terror reached Drawning, dear Lithia. I'm pleased to see that no harm had befallen you. You're the true symbol of the Valentine faith and the goddess and exalted creator of this very village. Please, Sapphire, listen to what they have to say. So be it. Come with us to our house. The others will have to be confined to the assembly hall until the questioning is over. You're putting your own niece and nephew on trial? That's a little bit cold. It's okay, Kor. We'll make our aunt figure come around. Just sit tight in the assembly hall, okay? Okay. Your name and affiliation? I'm Chastodony, and I don't have an affiliation with the church anymore. Ackerman, you must be one of Labrador's clan. Aren't you gonna disarm us? We still have our somas. Then escape if you're so inclined. It matters not to me. I knew that lady was slow. Shutting us up in here with our somas is like keeping prisoners outside the jail. She's a little bit uptight, but deep down I think she's a good person. Always the optimist, Kor. I, on the other hand, feel like things are about to go belly up. Sapphire says, was there ever a more agonizing sight to behold, Iola? The traitor's relative mocks the legacy of your noble Soma. Varheight's true resting place is here, and rest it shall. Oh my, what is that thing? Huh? The door is unlocked. She forgot to lock us in? I have an idea. Let's run screaming from this place and never come back. Everyone, just hold on a second. If we leave, what happens with Kohaku and Hisui? He's right, we should just wait here. Best not to give the villagers more reasons to justify their hate. Our word was given and accepted, so we'll wait here. Auntie Sapphire was really mad. We left the village without asking. Ain't that the truth? Of course she's mad all the time, so forget her. Let's head for the stone. Using the stone to Spirulink with Mysticite will dispel the barrier. We have to consider the town's wishes. Now that you have a knowledge of the outside world, I hope you can appreciate the peace that I strive to uphold here. Aunt Sapphire, please, you gotta listen to us. So, you wish to use our barrier willstone. Can the barrier be restored if you do this? Unfortunately, no. Once the art has been executed, the stone's power will be depleted. I know it's a tough call, Auntie, but you gotta see it our way. Creed, it really means business. The maniac's gonna calcify the whole world if we don't stop him. You're certainly singing a different tune of late, Hisui. I thought you didn't believe in the village's legends. Maybe not at first, but I've come around. And you, Lithia, would you really place the outside world over the needs of the village that you kept safe? You come here asking much, and with Crystal Knights in tow. Surely you remember what they did to us. The church doesn't have anything to do with this. Cor and Chastodony are good people, I promise. I'll judge that for myself. Should they permit themselves to a few days' confinement, I might even allow them to tell their story. But if they break their word, my doubts shall be confirmed. A few days? I don't think the world has that much time left. I'm getting antsy just standing here talking. Then, let's end our discussion. As punishment for abandoning Drawning, you're forbidden from going outside. Your mother, Iola, long desired nothing more than the village's peace. I pray you respect her wishes. I'm preparing your favorite curry for dinner. I trust you can wait here until it's ready? Sorry, Aunt Sapphire, but we can't. We gotta get Cor and everyone else, and head for the stone. Mysticite should be preparing to warp to Gardenia as we speak. We have to act now. Besides, do you really think Cor and Beryl can stay quiet for a few days? A few hours is more like it. But what are we gonna do? The only exit's through that window. You hurt yourself leaping from the window as a child, Kohaku. It was the cause of your fear of heights. Yeah, and I'm still scared. But the thought of doing nothing is even worse. Whoa, sis, are you seriously jumping? It's really cold in here. This is the end for poor Beryl. Quit your whining. You couldn't keep drinks cold in this temperature. Too bad I haven't been pounding back the gel pudding like a certain someone. I could use the natural insulation. Sounds like I may have to pound something into pudding soon. Fine by me, Tubby. At least it would keep me from freezing to death. Wow. Hey, someone out there, light the fireplace or you're gonna have to deal with 6 corpses. Darn, nobody's there. Huh? What the heck is that thing? Hey guys, we came to rescue you. I'm glad to see you, but why the chimney? That light. Look out. Everyone okay? If you're dead, raise your hand. I'm alive, sort of, but what the heck was that thing? The door was rigged with an explosive stone. Looks like we would have been buried alive if we tried to leave. The nerve of that lady. What if we just needed to pee? I'd love to discuss this further, but the place is caving in. Hurry, up the chimney. I think I can get through here, but maybe not the pudding queen. Oh man. Fat jokes. Kunzite says, understood, I'll dislocate my joints to decrease kinetic friction. I'll be fine, I'm small under all these clothes. Enough with the pudding jokes. Plus, if anyone's been slamming back the snacks, it's Inez. Excuse me? Yeah, this is what we should be, worried about. Now is not the time. Let's get the hell out of here. Yeah. Well, we're alive. Barely. Yeesh, and now I'm all covered in soot. I thought Inez and Peridot were goners for a sec. They barely fit through. Hey, when you're stacked, you're stacked. Exactly, what she said. We don't have time to debate physical features. We need a plan. It appears our efforts to win their trust was doomed from the start. I can't believe that Aunt Sapphire tried to kill everybody. Well, she did, so let's find the Willstone. Yeah, it's not like we have any other options. Demon's Cap. Where did I get those? Are they dropping from enemies? Oof. Raises my attack power a ton, but the defense suffers. Oh my, how expensive. I guess the barrier stone thing is to the north. What a beautiful tree. Is that a sakura cherry? Hey, you know your stuff. That's a kohaku cherry tree. It blooms in the spring, and the whole village comes out to celebrate. Even Auntie Sapphire likes it. No matter how much snow the winter brings, these branches refuse to buckle. Such courage saves them from their bitter cold. And come spring, small white petals harken a new season of life and warmth. The tree is Dawning's dearest treasure. And you are Iola's dearest treasure, Kohaku, which is why we named you after the tree. And yet now you would betray the village that lovingly raised you. Aunt Sapphire. Last time I checked, people don't go around blowing up their treasures. Do not expect an apology for fulfilling my duty as the elder. And don't expect an apology for what I'm about to say either. This village sucks. Hisui, wait. I can see the problem. Aunt Sapphire has despair. Negative, the barrier surrounding Drawing renders all Zerum offensives ineffective. The probability of that occurring in here is very low. But she tried to kill our friends, and that's not normally how she would act. Spiria is susceptible to forces other than despair. Sometimes circumstances drive people to commit terrible acts. You'd do well to listen to Lithia, young ones. People are indeed capable of bad things. Acts such as trampling on the final wishes of my sister who risked her life to save you. Isn't that right, Lithia? What are you saying? Surely you agree with me too, Kohaku and Hisui. That willstone encapsulates your mother's hope for the future. The love for her children is what powers that barrier. She used it to protect all of us in horrors that lie just outside the village. Once Creed shattered her Spiria core, that willstone became Iola's legacy. And the village's barrier is nothing less than the love that she left behind for us. You're wrong. Iola's legacy is not the barrier or the willstone, but the people. Don't you dare be using my sister's name. You don't have the right. You used her, and she died. Iola was stern as a statue, whatever that is. But the lass had a heart of gold, and look what you did to her. I'll be respecting her last wishes over the buffect ideas of some outsiders. You never take down the barrier. Okay. Cor says, I was right, you are a good person. Yeah. Hisui says, you're not wrong, Aunt Sapphire. The world's up to its eyeballs in bad guys, but there's some good people left. And a few dumb ones, like the kid here, but you know what? I still trust him. It's not just Cor that we believe, it's Hesperia. That's why we're going. Don't go, I beg you. If you died, you'd be sad? Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Alrighty. Well, time to steal the barrier for this town. Feels kinda bad, man. Gaul says, and I thought I'd seen it all. The willstone that powers the barrier is a radiant sight indeed. It was likely carried here over tens of thousands of years after being hewn from the earth by this glacier. Natural willstones are of such scale were a rarity even in Manera. I thought this kind of scenery only existed in paintings. Folks would pay top dollar to see this. We need to set up a booth. It's funny, I used to see this stone as a big old curse that kept me from leaving, but it's more than that. It's our mother's love. Last one there's a rotten egg. Hey, no head starts. Lithia says, let's all go together. Cor says it's like our own little pocket of spring on top of the glacier. It's even warm. Man, this stone is something else. 17 years ago, with our battle against Creed in the church behind us, we fled into these mountains, but a raging snowstorm denied us the refuge we sought. It was chance alone that we stumbled on the place. It was in this warmth that Kohaku came into the world, and Iola passed from it. I was born here? That's amazing. As your mother breathed her last, a great barrier materialized from the willstone. Sapphire was right. This barrier is Iola's Spiria, and a representation of a mother's love. I know it's not easy, Kohaku, but... Kohaku says, I've spent my life being protected by you, Hisui, Sapphire, and even Lithia, but seeing the outside world has helped me discover all sorts of things, feelings I never knew I had, and now I finally have someone I want to protect. Just like you did all those years ago. Thanks for watching over me until now. And sleep well, you deserve it. From now on, I'm gonna be doing the protecting. Well, what are we waiting for? Next stop, Mysticite. You heard the lady. Would you look at that? My little sis went and grew up. I guess she had to someday. I share your feelings, but I'm also glad to see what she's become. You too, Hisui. You've grown just as much as she has. So we have to pull off a Spirulink with something way up in the clouds, right? Sounds like a tall order. I can amplify your Spirulink with the power of the stone. However, it's a difficult task. Perhaps these two crystal knights can help. Pyrox, Peridot, are you up for the challenge? I don't remember this kind of thing being in the contract, so I better get some overtime pay. I'll stay with Master Lithia. No, Kunzite, your knowledge of Mysticite is essential to our success. I need you to go and guide the others. Kunzite, this is a will lock that I compiled using my authority as the command core. A lock with the capability to order the Manaran fortress of Mysticite to land. It will prevent any order issued to Mysticite from being nullified by Corundum, the substitute core. Implement the lock once you order Mysticite to descend to Organica. Alright, it's go time. Are you ready? Sure. I will first input the will art for initiating the Spirulink. Now that it's been entered, the link binding me to Mysticite will be routed through the stone. Core, establish a Spirulink with me. I'll then use the Willstone's power and guide you to Mysticite's Spiria. The instant you sense the Spiria, recite the following incantation. To the sky, 3 times. Sounds like a plan to me. See you later. All that's left is to release the power. This will force open the path to Mysticite, creating what's called a link line between us and it. It's vast and unruly power that you can easily spin out of control, so you must suppress it. I wish you would have told me that before I agreed to help. A force this powerful likely has the potential to tear your soul apart. It is no more dangerous than what our friends are doing, and contrary to my appearance, I'm a Manaran Willcaster of the highest order. Skill is no issue. Well, my apologies for doubting you. You're a knight if I ever saw one. Yeah, well, if this entire operation goes south, you better not pin it on me. Kablamo. We're underwater? You gotta be kidding me. I'm gonna drown. No, it's impossible to drown here. Hey, he's right, we can breathe. This looks like fun. This place is a whale after all, right? Maybe Mysticite's dreaming about the sea. I don't know, it looks kinda artificial to me. Affirmative, we're inside a synthetic Spiria that was fashioned as a means of controlling the fortress. The core resides in the deepest level. Connecting to it will allow me to issue the descent command. But we gotta hurry, even as one as strong as Master Lithia can't maintain this forever. Well, what if we don't make it back in time? The link will be severed, forcing us out somewhere along the link line. Somewhere is kinda vague, Kunzite. He means we'll be thrown into the upper atmosphere. Oh, so we'll just fall to our death instead of drowning. Well, if we hurry, it won't be a problem. I'm sure your calm and collected nature has nothing to do with the fact that you can freaking fly. Whoa, what happened to the Sorcerer's Ring? It's leveling up, Core. It's happened before. Alright, this place looks kind of long and annoying, so I'm gonna call this an episode here, and I'll start back up whenever I get the hell out of this place, or near the end boss or whatever. So, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.